Welcome to this brief guide on how to use conditional formatting in Excel. Just imagine it's coming up to the end of the month and you're getting your presentation ready to submit to your boss, and you need to put in the data from your Excel file, but it's a lot of numbers and you want to make it look a lot nicer. Today I'm going to show you how to use conditional formatting to make that a reality. Here I have my support cases generated, and I can use conditional formatting to make this table a lot easier to understand. So I'm going to use the Home tab in the ribbon, and I'm going to select the conditional formatting option found in the Styles area. We'll see a bunch of different options available to us, such as the ability to highlight cells based on certain rules, maybe even use a color scale potentially, but I'm going to show you today the icon sets. Here I have a bunch of different options available to me, ranging from options that have just nice little arrows, which if I hover over, I'll get a preview of my table on. I even have options for as many as 5 different categories. But in this demonstration, I'm going to limit it to 3 just to keep the video nice and short. Once I select that, my table has automatically been conditionally formatted. But I've got to wonder, how did Excel decide what it was to put in each cell? They utilized a rule, which we can now manage. So we're going to head back to the conditional formatting option, and we're going to select the option at the bottom of the drop-down menu that says Manage Rules. And selecting this option will give me a pop-up window which will show me any rules that apply to my current table. I can select to edit the rule. I can simply also double-click on the rule itself, which will open up the editing box. Down the bottom, I'll be able to see a description of the rule itself, and at the top, I'll be able to see preset rules that I can choose from, such as potentially only showing the top or bottom ranked values. In this demonstration, I'll stick to the Formatting All Cells option, and when I go down the bottom, I'll be able to see that what Excel has done is it's found the minimum and maximum values in my data set, and has basically said, if a value is in the top third of my data set, put a green arrow, and if it's in the bottom third of my data set, put a red arrow. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to change it so that only the top 25% of my values will have green arrows, and the bottom 25 will have red arrows, and everything else will have the yellow line. Now I can simply click on OK, select Apply, and select OK again, and you'll be able to see that my data set has changed. But when it comes to support cases, more cases is bad, so I need to reverse these around. So I'll head back to the Manage Rules option, double click on my rule itself, and I want to be able to edit it. So what I could do is change the icons for each of the individual options using these options down here. However, I can simply click on the button that says Reverse Icon Order to just quickly and easily change it with one click. But maybe I want to adjust them manually, make a bit of a change. If I want, I can hit the drop-down menu and say, for instance, the ones that are in the middle group, I actually like them to have no icon whatsoever. So I'll change that to no cell icon. And then for the items that are bad, I want to make it a bit more prominent than just a red arrow. So I'm going to go and make it a big red X, and I'll make the positive ones a lovely green tick. Now that I have my options set, yet again, I click on OK, Apply, and OK. And now I have these options here, but I still have all the numbers. What I recommend you don't do is format all the text so it's in white ink. What we actually want is we go back into our Manage Rules, and we have a great option that says Show Icon Only. Selecting this will actually hide the numbers from the table. They do still exist in the table itself, but you won't see them there. That makes this a great tool for me to be able to utilize when putting it into a PowerPoint presentation, so I can talk to the data and the results without the rest of the content getting in the way. And that is how you use conditional formatting in Excel. I hope you found this tip extremely useful, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to check out the channel, and if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.